Hello again, sports fans.
Hello.
Here we are, a couple of years after our adventures to the British Grand Prix, on our way now to the NEC in Birmingham for the Autosport International show.
That's right.
So how are you feeling, Jimmy? You excited?
I am a little tired, but we've had a hearty breakfast. We're only 20 minutes away. So yeah, it's going to be great. The first time we've been to the Autosport show in 17 years, I believe.
As you can see, sports fans, this is not the NEC in Birmingham. This is a road leading around the NEC in Birmingham because, funnily enough, we haven't even got there, and we're somehow lost.
We're bloody lost. Oh, NEC. One, thing away. Autosports. Not just one sport, but many. I think we might be in the wrong place.
Disabled parking?
No, just Autosport now.
Spin round about there, go left there. Golf cart.
Alright, yep. It wasn't the right way. We're following...
We'll get there at some point.
I thought it was straight on. But we kind of followed the crowd, didn't we? Rather than following the signs.
I think that's what the crowd did too.
Well, we tried to get in the NEC, but they told us to go away. So clearly our reputation precedes us. Don't they know we're VIPs? It says so on my ticket.
For the Perform Car Show.
Yes. Oh, are we performing?
I sincerely hope not.
Yeah, I wouldn't say this is much of a performance car.
No, probably not.
No.
We're here.
Half an hour later.
Problem is the car park's actually in Coventry, so we've got quite a bit of a walk ahead of us.
NEC is that little blob on the horizon over there. You can see that. So, now begins the hike. Oh.
With any luck, we'll be at the NEC by tomorrow for them packing up.
And if you'll have some coffee. Well, here we are. Lots of pretty girls around. I like it already.
Merchandise. Oh yeah. How to blow what? How to blow what isn't left of our Christmas money.
It's got the musk of victory about it. A good cup of VIP coffee. Here's our typical VIP club member. Very happy about the fantastic service he's been enjoying. His free program, his very elaborate set of pictures and autograph pieces of paraphernalia. Oh, don't forget the gold card. Yes, you see? VIP club member. He couldn't be happier. We won't mention the fact that he spent his life savings on this and only got a free biscuit and a cup of coffee, but, well, I'm sure it's all going to be worth it.
Orange juice, actually.
Ayrton Senna. This is what he gets up to these days.
That's not Ayrton Senna's car, Jim.
I'm sorry, that is.
That is Ayrton Senna's car. So what do you think?
I think it's brown.
You think it's brown?
Yes.
I think you need to go and lie down.
All right.
Last year's Rookie of the Year, Mr. Paul DeResta. Now, first things first, Paul, there's something you want to get off your chest, isn't there?
There is, when I was sitting signing autographs. Anybody that's in the queue for Alan, if they could miss him out or give him a hard time. He was an FIA steward at Monaco and gave me a penalty I didn't think was quite right, Alan, being a fellow Scot.
He's saying you deserved it. That's not on, is it?
That's harsh, given his record last year, how many times he crashed into people.
Paul, how long are you going to stay at Force India? Or are you going to go to a different team in next year or in a few years?
No, you have to answer this, Paul. You can't be cagey. He needs an answer.
Well, I'm not going to be cagey, but all I will say is I've got a contract for Force India that runs until the 31st of December 2012. So I'm very much committed to them at the moment. It's a very hard thing to look at. I've not got a long-term deal with them, but I'll continue putting all my effort and, you know, try and make it the best job possible to enable us to move up the ladder a bit. And Force India have new investment and things look very bright for the future.
What he's saying is he wants to drive for Ferrari. Okay, anyone else got a question for Paul? Gentleman over here?
Rather excited, aren't you, Jim? Because we found something rather special.
We've actually found a contemporary Formula One car. 2011, Lewis Hamilton. It's a very distinctive sort of U-shaped, L-shaped airboxes.
Difficult to see on the picture there, but they are there. And also the airbox as well as distinctive, isn't it, Jim?
That's for that sort of secondary intake. So who knows exactly what specification this car is, you know, which Grand Prix certain
Is there an octopus exhaust back there, do you think?
That's what I was wondering. I can't actually get to it, so I'm guessing it probably is there. That's why they're not letting us look at it. It's a bit embarrassing.
Now the big question is, Jim, will they let you get in it?
Well, I am a VIP.
I thought you were pointing to your stomach to say you wouldn't be able to fit.
Hey! Well, we haven't had lunch yet, but it is borderline, yes.
Now, when we were at Silverstone in 2010, one of the biggest problems with the area was that the only things there to eat were hog roasts and burgers. Now, obviously, my dear brother here was hoping that when he arrived at the Autosport show, there would be something a little different. Unfortunately, the reality has struck as being beef. So in order to ensure that he doesn't fall over with hunger, my dear brother has renounced his vegetarianism.
What's that?
Elbows out for me in the pit lane, yeah. There might be a little bit of that, but I think it will be reasonably good-natured, I think, because there will be slightly different priorities. Certainly on the races where both BBC and Sky are both live, yeah, I can imagine there might be a little bit of jostling, but the teams know how to work it. You know, don't forget, it's not as if BBC and Sky are the only two broadcasters in the world. You know what it's like, Formula One paddock, there are broadcasters from every corner of the globe, and they are all fighting to get the interview with Lewis, with Jensen. So actually, having Sky and BBC...
Sky versus BBC.
They will have to fight with everybody else, all looking for the interview.
I think the fans will.
It's not just going to be...
This is exciting. We're just about to enter the Senna tribute.
We're going to have quite a wait though, aren't we?
Yes, and always be about 15 feet away from the cars. I think it's worth it.
You know, look how much space you'd have had in the cockpit.
Even Nigel Mansell circa 1995 could have fitted in that.
Well, let's not go crazy.
Is this not your favourite?
This is my favourite. Probably my favourite Formula One car of all time, just full stop.
It's like a torpedo, this shape.
It's McLaren MP48, the Ford engine in the back. Senna won probably his greatest victory in this car. European Grand Prix of 1993. Now we're here with a 1998 Formula 3 at Dallara simulator, where my brother is about to negotiate himself a test session.
Go, mate?
Yeah, I'd love to. How much is it?
£3. Stand in the cockpit, hold the sides, and then slide your legs down the tubes and reach the pedals.
First test passed. He fits.
Oh, here we are, the karting arena. Something I was denied doing 17 years ago when I was that big. They said I was too small. How defiant I was. But now, being this big, I'm allowed in.
Just goes to show how unfit we are. We haven't done that in 2.5 years, and my hands are now crippled from doing 15 laps of one of those. It was like driving on ice. It was so slippery.
Yeah, I mean, you can see these cars drifting and falling around at some speed. Look at that. There's no grip there at all.
No, even we were doing that. We never used to spin it back in the good old days.
No, I ain't spun in 20-odd years.
Yeah, well, that's how I got past it today, because he did spin.
Yeah. It's like in the simulator.
You know what, maybe we should get Jim on the Caterham thing over there.
Yeah.
Because that is all about doing donuts. Something Jim's getting rather good at.
I like donuts.
So here we are, leaving the Autosport show. So what are your final thoughts, Jim?
Quite an experience. Some great exhibits. Had lots of fun doing driving simulations and go-karting, and the live show was a lot more funny and good fun than expected. It was great. We couldn't film in there. That's why there's no footage of it.
Yeah. But it was rather silly. I think the best bit was the ice cream truck doing donuts.
Yeah, which seems ironic considering we didn't get donuts in an ice cream. But yes, that was great. That was really fun. And yeah, we got a nice goodie bag. Being VIP.
Full of things for the car, which even though I can't drive, I'm sure my wife will appreciate them.
Absolutely. So yeah, I mean, about the only complaint is that, as usual, F1 teams advertise bringing their latest car to the exhibit, but not actually this car.
There were some cars there that were just kit bashes, front wings, rear wings, and bodywork that were mashed together from 3 or 4 different models.
Yeah. So either they'll think we're blind or stupid or both, but fortunately, we're the smart ones.
Yeah. All right then. Well, that's it then, isn't it?
For another year. Yeah, we'll be back in 17 years, which will be what, 2029?
Yeah.
27?
I don't know.
27. Yes.
I'll be the wrong side of 40.
2020. I don't know whatever it will be. We'll be very old, very fat, and hopefully they'll be rocket powered by then, and we'll be able to do full immersion virtual reality simulation driving.
Goodbye, sports fans.
Bye.
We did say goodbye in the previous message, but, well, we've run into a small spot of bother. We appear to have lost the car. We have no idea where it is. We've been looking around.
There was a car over there. I believe I recognize the number plate.
Google 6. My brother is a jammy git. He had absolutely no idea where we were, and he blundered round a corner and found the car. Probably just as well, it's cold. So, mate, what did you think?
Yeah, well, mate, for a British car show, there's a distinct lack of Australian sentiment in that building.
Well, I did hear that your old mate, Alan Jones, was there.
Well, that's right. We were going to have a signing with Mr. Jones, but unfortunately I think he got stuck in a barrier on the way through. He's quite a bit of extra girth in his advancing years, so...
well, presumably the work to get out of the barrier put an unnecessary strain on his neck muscles, and he's had to go home.
That's right.
Back to his pig farm.
Yeah, it reminds me of the GP Masters a few years ago. It was the same problem. Wasn't he couldn't get in the car, he couldn't get into the circuit.
So anyway, mate, I was there with Mark's car was there, wasn't it? It was Mark's Red Bull.
It was not Mark's car. It had the distinct whiff of German heresy about it, mate. It was quite disturbing. It had that little squid Vettel on the side, and I was quite upset because I was looking forward to seeing Mark's car.
No, keep it going, mate, keep it going. Well, I saw you nosing around the back of the car.
That's right. Well, I had a quick look down the bottom of the car, and I think I noticed something quite strange, mate.
What was that?
It looked like a bit of a rocket pack.
A rocket pack?
That's right. It looked like a... on those, you know, nitrous things, you know, sticking out the back. So they're talking about a blown diffuser. I think that's like a rocket diffuser there, mate. So well, I think I might explain why our mate Mark was struggling a little bit to, you know, keep up with Seb this past season.
You know, you were more convincing in Silverstone when you were playing this character. I think you've turned into a bit of a puffer.
Oh dear. Who'd be an actor, eh?
I think this is probably a good moment at which to say that it's good night from me.
That is good night from him.
Here's hoping he can get us back to London without crashing.